6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of various development projects in Faisalabad today. The federal government has launched Healthy Diet, Healthy Forever campaign across the country to keep consumers abreast with the nutritious value of their food. Kashmir civil society have rejected the brutal measures taken by the Modi regime in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir after August 2019. The Indian government has ordered to demolish 2 historical mosques in New Delhi in another move to eliminate Muslim heritage. The death toll from the overnight flash floods has risen to 26 in Afghanistan. In the final of the ACC Men's Emerging Cup, Pakistan has set a victory target of 353 runs for India in Colombo today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed the resolve to render all sacrifices for the progress of the country. He was addressing a ceremony held in connection with the groundbreaking of dualization of 98-kilometre long road and Satyana interchange on M3 Lahore-Multan motorway in Faisalabad today. He urged the people to consider the facts based on the real performance while casting their vote in the upcoming general elections. The federal government has launched Healthy Diet, Health Forever campaign launched all across the country to keep consumers abreast with the nutritious value of their food. In a tweet today, Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif said good public health is closely related to healthy and nutritious food. He said it is the right of the people to know what ingredients are added to the food they are supplied with so that they can make informed and transparent food choices. The Prime Minister said under this campaign, every restaurant will inform the consumers about the total calories of the food. Besides the complete nutritional information based on the recommendations of the World Health Organization will be printed on the packaged food items. He said Prime Minister's Strategic Reforms Unit is promoting this campaign in collaboration with food authorities of all the provinces. Shahbaz Sharif said, our hospitals should be deserted while our sports grounds should be teeming with players, and this campaign will be the harbinger of a healthy future. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed deep grief over the death of a senior member of the royal family of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamd bin Abdullah bin Jassim Al-Thani. In a tweet today, he extended his deepest condolences to the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamd Al-Thani, and the bereaved family. He prayed for the eternal peace of the departed soul. The Chairman Prime Minister's Task Force on Gandhara Tourism, Dr. Ramesh Kumar Wankwani, has said concrete measures are underway to propel Gandhara tourism to $6 billion within the next 3 years. Talking to APP, he said efforts to promote Gandhara tourism will soon bear fruit, as a result of which Pakistan will benefit $1.5 billion in the first year, $3 billion in the second year, and $6 billion in the third year. The chairman said, unfortunately, Pakistan was not included in the United Nations Buddhist Tourist Circuit. On the contrary, 70% of Buddhist sites were situated in Pakistan. The minister said countries mentioned in the Buddhist tourism site circuit encompassed merely 30% of the Buddhist civilization. Therefore, efforts are being afoot to highlight Buddhist sites in Pakistan at the international fora. This is Radio Pakistan. Members of the Kashmir civil society have rejected the brutal measures taken by the Modi regime in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir after August 2019, stating that they would not compromise on the United Nations acknowledged inalienable right to self-determination of the Kashmiri people. After a meeting in Srinagar, the civil society members informed the media that outsiders will never be accepted as citizens on the basis of so-called domicile certificates distributed to them by the Bharatiya Janata Party regime. They warned that the BJP RSS nexus is playing with fire by amending domicile aimed at changing the demography of the occupied territory. They said India had snatched the identity of the people of Jammu and Kashmir by abrogating Article 370 and 35A. In yet another move to eliminate Muslim heritage in India, the Indian Railways issued a notification saying that two historical mosques, Bengali Market Masjid and Takya Babbar Shah, situated on the railway lines in New Delhi, should be demolished in 15 days or less. The notification threatened the administration of the mosques for dire consequences if they do not comply with the orders. Meanwhile, Masjid Committee claimed that both the buildings are hundreds of years old mosques and termed the claim of the railways baseless. The Taliban have rejected a claim by Iran's foreign minister regarding the arrival of ISIS terrorists to Afghanistan from Iraq, Syria, and Libya. In a statement, a spokesman for the Foreign Ministry of Afghanistan, Abdul Kahar Balkhi, asked Iran for sharing intelligence information so that action can be taken against them. He said Afghanistan has meticulously fought against Daesh both during and after the end of the occupation. In Afghanistan, the death toll from the overnight flash floods caused by torrential rains has risen to 26. In a statement, a spokesman for the State Ministry for Disaster Management, Shafiullah Rahimi, said 40 people are still missing. Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has said Sweden has taken a war stance against the Islamic world for allowing desecration of the Holy Quran. In a message issued by the Iranian state media, Ali Khamenei demanded of the Swedish government to hand over perpetrators to the judicial system of the Muslim countries. And now news about sports. We begin with squash. Pakistan's Hamza Khan won the World Junior Squash Championship in Melbourne today. In the final, he beat Egyptian Mahmoud Zakaria with a scoreline of 10-12, 14-12, 11-3 and 11-6. Despite losing the first game, Hamza made a grand comeback to win 3 on the bounce. Hamza also becomes the first player to win the event from Pakistan after Jansher Khan, who clinched the title 37 years ago. Cricket. In the final of the ACC Men's Emerging Cup, chasing a victory target of 353 runs against Pakistan A team in Colombo, India were 22 runs for the loss of no wicket in 3 overs a short while ago. Earlier, Pakistan A team scored 352 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in the allotted 50 overs. The second cricket test match between Pakistan and Sri Lanka will commence in Colombo tomorrow. The match will start at 9 in the morning. Pakistan lead the series 1-0. And finally, we have some update from the meteorological department. 4 people, including 3 women and a child, had been killed and 1 person injured in a road accident at Sharai, Baltistan. The incident occurred when a landslide hit a vehicle going towards Gilgit from Skardu in Shangas area today. Rescue 1122 teams reached the spot soon after the incident and rescued the affected passengers. Meanwhile, lightning, flash floods and landslides have devastated the standing crops, orchards and thousands of trees in Gizar. The meteorological department has forecast heavy rains with thunder and lightning across the country during the next 72 hours. According to the National Disaster Management Authority, There are chances of landslides and flash floods in seasonal nalas in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan, and Azad Kashmir. And finally, the weather report. Rain, wind, thunder showers is expected in Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, Potawar region, Punjab, northeast and south Baluchistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Sindh during the next 12 hours. Meanwhile, heavy falls are also likely at isolated places in Kashmir, northeast Punjab, Potawar region, Islamabad, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, northeast and south Baluchistan and Sindh during the forecast period. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk. And you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.